Alrighty, and welcome back to WRP's live play of D&D's Shadow of the Dragon Queen. What is WRP, you might ask? I'll tell you. WRP is me, Faye, your game master and storyteller, and Lachlan, our writer and producer. We are a couple who love role-playing games and sharing stories with all of you so much that we quit our day jobs and created our own companies. That way we could create high-quality TTRPG experiences full time. We've been very fortunate along the way to meet many awesome, amazing players who have joined us on our adventure, including the players who are with us tonight. And you can join them in all the fun. To get started playing with us, just join our Discord and website community where you can sign up for games, meet us and all of our players, talk about your favorite characters and stories, and even roleplay on our forums. We've got plenty of games that happen every day, Monday through Saturday, so that way you can play in the Mortal Guardians episodic campaign and fight back against the evil Coven of Zol and their dark masters from the void beyond the stars. We also offer high-quality custom quests, magic items, our Burning Veil campaign that runs alongside the Mortal Guardians, and, of course, the playthrough of D&D's Dragonlance campaign. So, take a moment during the game to join us and introduce yourself. We can't wait to see you at the table. Now, speaking of the table, let's get started with tonight's game. And we will begin as you all are in Calamar. You've returned after your most recent mission and made a interesting and unplanned reunion on your return to the city with Cudgel Ironsmile. And while you don't have too much more news of the war efforts, the war fronts from Cudgel, last you heard, when Becklin was taken and last Cudgel saw, Becklin was alive. Perhaps there's still hope for the old knight, but with your rewards for escorting back the surviving scout, and with time before the next mission, you have a week. Maybe more, maybe less. Who knows what will happen in these times? But for now, there is not so much pressure. Rhubarb, you have had some interesting acquaintances and interactions. But ahead of you, what is the plan for the week?
I mean, what isn't the plan for the week? There's so much we could be doing. You said we have about a week then.
Go with the assumption that a week is being given to you above game, but narratively, who knows?
I think, there's many things. Rhubarb wants to kind of split his time across multiple endeavors. He does want to keep up his potion making business, work on his herbalism skills a little bit. So I think maybe every other day he would spend a day brewing potions, because it takes a good portion of a day as far as I could tell. And then maybe on the off days he's out in the wilds gathering ingredients and communing with nature and developing his level 5 skills that have been granted to him by, I don't know, the sorceress powers that be.
I will say, you've been gathering herbs well enough that you don't need to make your rolls for collecting what you need for your potion. It's easily enough done. that you're still fairly new to the selling aspect of making the potion. Easy enough to do. It takes time rather than anything. But it is the craft of your salesmanship. Oh, shoot, I haven't leveled up the avatars. I will work on that. Thank you for pointing that out.
Uh-oh.
But as you are selling, so go ahead. We'll say for a week, you have 3 days that you would sell. Persuasion check on the first one.
Right. Yep, that's a natural one.
That is a natural one.
I have a procedural question on this. I apparently have some new sorcerer skill that I can. Oh, it says if I make an ability check that fails, I can spend a sorcery point to re-roll the d20.
Well, this isn't quite so much a failure, but a degree of success.
Right.
So, we've got, what is going to happen here? Oh no! We lost a cable. It's alright. I will work on getting that figured out here. Oh, there it is. What happens here with a natural?
It's a 4. Come on, Faye. It's a 4.
It's a natural one.
It's a
4
natural
total. 4 total, but it's a natural one. You have a few people come by, look, but what really makes it organic, you know? I'm sure that it's a lovely potion. We'll just try it out with another seller that's got a bit more tenure. Have a good day.
I don't want to sell it to them anyway.
As you're doing this, the beggar that sits next to you starts up another one of his conversations, one of his old tales about his previous endeavors. Conversation that you've had and heard before. But go ahead. Give me a I'm gonna say, give me a perception check, please.
The other end of the spectrum. That 20 for a 24.
And you spot this quite easily. As your street side companion begins to give his stories, you see a figure with fast hands grab hold of the potion you are trying to sell and begin to run.
No.
What do you do, as it seems you have a thief on your hands?
What spells do I, if anything? I'd like to misty step in front of them if possible. If not, get as close as I can and try and start chasing them.
Yeah, Go ahead. I would say it's easy enough to do a misty step to arrive in front, but it won't immediately stop them. But you can give me your choice of a check that you would like to utilize by now being in front of the thief.
Um, I'll tell them that they need to stop, or I'm taking note of their identity, and I will talk to the city guards immediately. Call for them. Do it
Uh,
the easy way or the hard way.
roll an intimidation.
15.
As you say this, the figure stops in the tracks. You can see where the potion is cradled in their hands. Um, Bugger that! I don't want the guards involved, and throws it off. And go ahead and make me a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 13.
You have to dive to the ground to catch it, but you grab hold of the potion before it shatters as this thief runs off. You can see in the distant crowd a group of other figures, just as it seems a little unkempt, perhaps a small gang of some sort, that as he returns empty-handed, uh, sort of rile him about.
I make note of what they all look like, because now they're on my list.
Okay. So, you take note of the group. Go ahead, give me a history check.
5.
No, okay. They all just seem sort of similar enough in the background. So,
It's these days.
so that is your first day of selling. It seems that no one buys the potion. But as you are packing up to head out, a figure comes along. Excuse me. I see that you've got a tonic there.
I do. Did you need it?
It would help, I'm sure. I can pay. I've got 20 gold.
Are you just down on health, or do you have something worse that's affecting you?
It's something I've ate all my life. But the tonic soothes it for a time.
Who just gives it to him?
Okay. Thank you.
Here, take this. I hope it makes you feel better, even if just for a short time.
Very kind.
He doesn't look like anyone from that gang, does he?
She. No, does not.
She. Them. Better not.
Yeah, no, she, just a passing figure.
Alright, so brewed one. That it still costs me 25 gold to brew.
Yep.
It's fine.
Let's get another persuasion check for your second day of selling.
10. Right down the middle.
It's a slow morning. People don't seem to be stopping by, but your, curb mate is very talkative, which may be the reason why people aren't stopping by. but it's about midday when a figure stops. 50 gold for this. I'd pay 25.
Cost me 25. 35.
Miss Will, 30.
What do they look like?
Merchant class. They're a little bit higher than the working, but not quite noble.
I feel like he's gonna turn around and sell it to someone. All right, 30 gold's fine.
All right. 30 gold on the table, and he takes the potion. One more persuasion check for your last day.
It's a 5.
It's not a natural one. So, it's been a long week coming up of brewing potions, finding ingredients, having tough sales. You're thinking that it's going to be another day like the first selling of this week. Luckily, there are no thieves. But as a figure comes up, 50 gold? Quite steep, it seems. I could put down 20 for it.
Cost more than that. My time and effort, friend. I mean, is 50 gold really too much to pay for healing yourself up, cheating death?
Scratches at the side of the neck. 25, but don't seem much worth more than that.
Yeah, you know what? He'll do it too. Break even.
Okay. So,
Keep getting the product out there.
it's how you build up the customer base, you know?
That's right.
Oh, we've got an advantage from chat. Was this for the persuasion check? Rue's next roll. Alright, so.
Oh, you don't want to know what my next roll's gonna be.
I have a feeling of what your next roll is going to be.
There's multiple things.
So, that's one endeavor that we covered over the week. Rhubarb, is there anything else that you are doing?
Oh, absolutely. So, in my spare time, I'm also looking for establishments that
Of
Cudgel had mentioned.
ill repute?
Cudgel said that she was interested in finding a brothel, and Rhubarb wants to make sure that she's taken care of. So what he's gonna do in some of his off times, I don't know if it's daytime, nighttime, I don't know when the brothel's in Calumet, but he's gonna go looking around.
Yeah, no. Understandable.
But he's gonna go looking around under the guise of a dwarven female that looks somewhat like Cudgel, using the alter self spell to modify his looks.
Alright. So, easily
Spice
enough
things
done
up a
enough.
bit.
So, as you are looking about, I'm going to say, investigation roll, please. And you do have advantage.
And I have no clue if like Cudgel is looking for like a man or a woman or both to bed down with. but it doesn't really matter.
The ruby dice this evening.
They did give me a 20, but they've given me a lot of sub-10s as well.
As you are looking around in the evenings and afternoons, whenever you've finished selling or finished gathering your herbs, whatever time you have, you start looking around, trying to listen in on conversations to figure out who knows what, who talks to who, what experiences are best kept with discretion. And you end up being pointed to a area just outside of the bay, outside of the harbor, called the Secret Sea Dog. Entering in, there's a more scandalous-looking Kender who tends to the counters. You looking for anything in particular this evening? Any drinks? Don't have much for snacks, but I'm sure we can find something to suit your appetite.
Appetite isn't so much for something I can consume, like food or drink. Just looking for some companionship.
Can definitely offer you that. Been here before?
Can't say that I have.
Well, it's a very simple process. You don't tell no one about the secret menus, and you're good for business. Otherwise, have to ask you to be on your way.
Yeah. My lips are sealed.
Oh. If you're looking for an appetizer, about 30 gold. Anything more than that, for full course meal, about 50.
Is there any way that I could also pay for a friend's meal and send them this way? Or
You
does
got,
that violate your rules?
we've got a code you want to leave with us. We can definitely pay it forward.
Yeah, I think, let's see, how much do I have? I can't spend all my money. But Cudgel deserves some fun. Rue wants to buy a full course meal for my friend. And
And
maybe while I'm here, I'll try out an appetizer.
what would be the passphrase given for the full course meal?
Oh, I'm loving this. What puns have we made so far? Campaign. Oh,
A lot
postage
of
stamp.
them.
I know. What's something cudgel related? Uh, oh wait, I think I had something written down too. Now I'm joking. I'll send my friend in with her asking to have the red herring.
All right. So, as you set up this passcode and as you make your deposits for the evening, Rue, you learn what the red light district's really all about. And can share such exploits upon your return. Anything else that you do during the week that we want to highlight upon?
I think also just like going outside when I'm gathering the stuff for my healing potions, I'd also be on the lookout for any sort of like things that might interest our little cat friend, which I don't think technically has a name yet. Maybe out of game. If I can find like catnip or herbs or whatever that seem appealing to cats, then I would probably bring them back and maybe start placing little surprises in our rooms.
Okay. I will say that throughout the week you all catch sight of the cat in your area as he comes and goes. Does Vass officially give the name Jinx to the cat over this week?
That's what he calls the cat. I don't know what everyone else calls it.
So, Vass would be calling the cat Jinx, but we'll see what everyone else calls our furry friend. Speaking of Vass, you have a performance later in the week.
I do.
Is there anything that you do in preparations ahead of that? Anything you do during the week, maybe not related to your performance, but other things that fill your time?
I do have a couple of errands I wanted to run. They're not pertaining to the performance, but I did want to go to a blacksmith and A, get a second dagger, and B, see if there's any upgrades or anything that could be made to my favorite dagger.
So, as you are looking about, you do make your way over to the blacksmith. And they are twin forges that you see here. These are the ones that everyone talks to about, the hammer strike forges. And you've gotten recommendations from your companions about them as well. Tyria is who you want, as she is the one specializing with weaponry. And as you approach, she stops. Ah, a customer! Please, come in, come in! What can I do for you?
Well, I'm wondering what you have in the way of daggers.
Oh, I've plenty of daggers. Are you looking for one a little bit more, ceremonial, ornate? You want something a little bit more, on the hunter side of things? What are you feeling?
So it's certainly not going to be a decoration, so functionality is important. So more on the hunter side. If you have, just something a little bit better than your everyman's dagger, I'd be interested in taking a look at those options.
Might have something. Been waiting for the right person to come along, and you might be that person. As she takes a moment to look you up and down. Wait right here. And as she moves, she goes to the back behind the forge. And as she comes back out, it is a she sets down this box and pulls out a sort of heavy tarp, and as it opens up, you see this very clean and sharp-edged dagger with a it's a very simple hilt, but at the end of it, on the pommel, you see that it has a sort of fiery like opal that has been inlaid. When the light gleams against it, you almost swear flames erupt from it. But the steel itself is darkened to the point where it is almost black. And
This is perfect. This dagger was made for Bass. You couldn't have asked for anything more perfect. So how much is this one?
well, this one is going to be Let me do my math here real quick to get a baseline in case you want to haggle. All right. So, okay, so, as she looks over it, as she looks to you, normally something like this would be about 200 gold pieces. It is a mastercraft weapon, but I like the look of you. I'll cut it down to 125.
Very fair. There was something else that I was hoping to get your assistance with while I was here today. And Vass would show her the dagger he currently has and explain that it's a bit of a lucky dagger and he wants to give it a little attention, make it look a little bit nicer or a little sharper.
I could sharpen it up, clean it, check for any fractures, standard thing like that. I could do the full service works for it, another 25 gold.
Alright. So because I'm getting a couple of things here today, is there any chance I could get a bundle deal on these two things?
Roll a persuasion check.
I will do this thing that you ask. That's a 7.
Kyria taps the side of her chin. You know, I'll give you something for asking. I'll take 5 gold off of it, of the service.
Thank you, you're too kind. So that brings us up to 145.
145.
Okay. Vass will hand over a little pouch with 145 gold pieces in it.
Alright. You can add a +1 dagger to your inventory.
Nice. I will do that. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
And with you, of course. If you want to just come back in, say about an hour, I'll have your lucky dagger finished.
Thanks. I'll see you then. Vass swings and then leaves.
Alright. So, any other errands that you would like to look about?
Yeah. I was hoping to get Tina help with something else.
Yeah.
That's the gnome's name, right?
Tatina.
Yeah.
So, easily able to find Tatina during the week at your leisure. And she's in her laboratory tinkering away most of the days. Ah, thanks. You're back.
I am. Remember that the little amulet I got your help with not long ago?
Yeah, I do remember that. Doing
Yeah, I
everything,
was.
Red.
Pardon?
It's doing everything it should, right?
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. I haven't heard any complaints, so I assume that it's working just fine. I'm hoping to make another one, but a little bit different than the previous one.
Well, we've already done the previous one, so it should be easy enough to take the former applications and modify it a bit.
Fantastic. So Vass hands over the little amulet on the chain that he wants enchanted, and he has his lute with him to do the recording part.
All right. Just as the last time, though a little bit smoother, as again, you've gone through this routine before, though slightly different. Tatina makes all the proper works and adjustments to it, and when the recording is done, all right, I think this one is golden. Well, not really, but you get the idea. It'll work.
Thank you very much.
Of course. And the service, for that, we'll say, would be about 50 gold, but Tatina doesn't ask for a payment right away. So that's something that can be worked out over time. She's fine with that.
Okay, so I'll give her half now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll get an IOU for the remainder.
All right, I will make that note.
Alright.
Oh no, did we lose stream? Or just chat? Okay. Looks like it's just having trouble connecting to the chat right now. But I will keep an eye out. And was there any other errands or activities before or during the week that you wanted to do?
Just a quick one before the gig. I want to go to like a herbalist shop or an apothecary of some kind. Vass might have asked Rue for a recommendation if he knew of a good place to check out. Essentially, he wants to do a little research to see if the spider be gone herbs that Rue gave him could be fashioned into some sort of a trinket. Maybe they could be dried and made into something so that he could keep it on his person. He doesn't know if they'll lose their properties if they're dried, but he's just wanting to see if this is even possible.
So you do have Wyon's Apothecary, is a apothecary you could go to. I'm sure that would be the one that Rue recommends, due to acquaintanceships. But you can always search for another one as well. But would you go to Wyon's?
Wyan is familiar with his affliction, so
This is true.
she had a front row.
So, as you head into Wyon's shop, you see the mage there, and she looks up. Not who I was expecting of your troop. How may I assist?
Oh, I came across these herbs, and he'll pull them out and show them to her. I'm told that they repel spiders, arachnids. Is there some way to fashion these into an amulet or something that I can keep with me long term?
If you're looking for a way to keep them on your person without being so obtrusive, the easiest way to do so would be to extract their essences and make a perfume of sorts.
Just a quick question to the DM. Do the herbs have a scent as they are?
A very mild one.
Okay, I was wondering if it's something that, if it was fragrant or if it was just something that spiders can pick up on.
Yeah, it's akin to how catnip can keep away mosquitoes. So like there's definitely a scent there, but it's not like everyone walking by smells you. It's not like you have posies in your pocket.
It's not like I'm wearing a garlic necklace or something to keep
Right.
away vampires.
Right.
Okay. All right. Is that something that you can do?
Yeah, it's an easy enough endeavor, and since you have the herbs yourself, if you want a service, it would just be a simple service. I would say a gold for diluting all that you seem to have.
And how much would that cost?
1 gold.
Oh, 1 gold. Oh, perfect. I'll give that to you now. When will it be ready?
I can start the process on it now. It should be ready for pickup this evening.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, I will get to work on that.
Thank you very much.
So, I will, for the purposes of role playing, hold off on your performance in case other people would like to come and attend.
Okay.
So,
That's the last thing on my list. So.
all right. So, while we put a pause for Vashi's concert coming up, Hugh, you've got some things that are going on.
Yes, I
What
am.
what would be the first thing to shine a light on during the week?
Well, Hugh's big priority is he's feeling his uh, mystic spirit powers grow, and he's gonna try to summon some kind, ask his patron for the services, some kind of owl spirit, to aid him in stealth and hunting and moving silently and deadening all noise.
Yeah. So, as you make a plea for your uh, supernatural connection to assist in this endeavor, it comes to you in the form of a dream. You are in woods unfamiliar to you, but you are understanding your presence in them. Hunter. And you are not alone. The woods themselves are full of many hunters, predators that chase their prey. But you are in search of a particular hunter. One of silence, one of grace and ease. Go ahead, roll for me a survival check to see if you can spot the owl. To find what you want.
Yay. Oh no. Well, that makes sense. I was asking for something stealthy, and I
Yeah.
can't find it.
Story dice, that's what it is. Um, so as you hunt, you find yourself running. It seems that you're running in circles. You don't know where to search. The skies seem empty, and when they are full, it is of the branches of the trees. Any prey upon the ground seems to scatter at your footsteps. Nothing to tempt the beast, the spirit. Until you find yourself knocked to the ground. And above you, a great owl beast with eyes filled of stars looks down to you with curiosity. A voice echoes, but it is soft, and it seems to emanate from the spirit being above you, though it does not speak. Tell me of your hunt.
Drakes and dragon men and their many followers. I need to move silently as the owl in the forest so I can get in close and strike my enemies one by one.
Your hunt sounds one of danger and one of importance. And tell me of yourself, Hunter. Why do you deserve such blessings?
I don't know if I'm worthy. I do know that there's a problem, and I'm the one doing something about it. And I know that there is a great opportunity for as fierce a hunt as you'll find in these lands if you accompany me.
Make a persuasion roll, please.
Awesome. Okay. The dice is working now. 23.
There is a screech of the owl as it takes to the skies after his interaction. Not one of any sort of indignance or even irritation. It is a cry of something joining in on a hunt. The dream descends into normal omens and signatures afterwards, and as you awake in the morning, you feel in yourself no immediate change. But you see, resting just beside you on the pillow, the feather of an owl.
Okay. I am going to mount that behind a shield. I have it always close at hand. I'll put a little place to hold it in the straps.
Easily able to be done, and is there any other interactions besides your normal ones that you seek out during this time?
Well, Hugh's got himself plenty well equipped, and his main social and downtime thing he's looking at is training of the militia that he's trying to take under his wing, and turn into a real fighting force under his intrepid leader and bold leadership.
Easily done. And then at some point in the week, you do have your paycheck of 5 gold pieces to pick up. But I believe we had someone who wanted to join you on one of your endeavors to Vogler's people.
If he was willing.
Oh, of course. Welcome your wisdom.
Wisdom. I don't think I've ever had anyone say I was especially wise.
I've seen you fight. Don't sell yourself short.
So, making your way out to Vogler is easy enough done. What is it that, Victoria, you seek out on your trip to the refugees? Well, Hugh goes to find the trainees that he has been working with.
Oh, I didn't want to cut off Hugh's deal.
Oh, no. Go. Guest instructors are always welcome.
Yeah, we're intertwining things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, like, just at some point in the week, she wanted to go with him and offer more of like a good cop to his bad cop, or maybe bad cop to his good cop, depending how things were going with the trainees.
Okay, alright. Then I will say, for the efforts of teaching, we will do persuasion from both of you, because I don't think Hugh would do intimidation for, even if he is being a little heavy-handed on.
I've wasted my life.
The two of you in tandem seem to make a astounding amount of progress with the trainees. Again, it's only over a few days. It's not enough to have them be, excellent riders, ready to charge the front lines, but they seem to have confidence now in some of the most basic of moves, which means that should war come to Calamon, if you are not able to stop it sooner, they are at least ready to pick up and to fight. And these are skills that they can use to defend in the chance that Vogler is reclaimed, their community there. There is, after a particularly good day of training, a moment where Raven makes her way over to each of you. I can see why Vendry speaks so well of you. You are additions that are... we knew how well you performed, but truly, I think that the good you are doing here is... it's good. let us, if you do not mind, joining me for a drink in my humble abode as a celebration of the day's good efforts. So,
Right?
Victoria, do you take up Mayor Raven on her offer? Or
Of course.
Raven now, she's no longer mayor.
Um, I mean, I think if that's getting on in the day, then Victoria's probably excusing herself to attend to other matters.
Yeah, easily enough done. Um, so, uh, Raven nods. Of course, if you've got other, uh, plans already in action.
I feel like I don't have enough time lately, so I need to get moving with my tasks.
Just as someone who has been in an area where time was precious, remember to find joy in things that add color to your life. For me, it's fishing, getting up in the morning, and being out on the river. Whatever it is for you, Victoria, don't lose sight of it, even in these dark times. And with that, Raven turns back to you. Now, what about that drink?
Of course.
Begins to take you back to it's a very humble abode. No different than the others that are here in the trade camps. A semi-permanent build. There are other cots, the figures that share the space. All friendly faces, familiar citizens of Vogler that welcome you in for the table as drinks are passed around and warmth in the food and the stories that are also present. It's a moment of community, one that is built and strengthened in these times of strife, but one that you can perhaps continue and foster, since Vogler and Iverhold are very close neighbors. And the chances that you do reclaim Vogler, creating a bond between the two communities stronger than just pleasant trading. And as we have that community built, and as you share those drinks, this is where we come to our first ad break for the evening. So, stick around with us. Please let the ads roll. I know that it can be a bit annoying, but if you can have them on the lowest volume setting, it really helps us out here at Little Witch RP. If you want to help us out more, please consider donating to our Ko-fi. It helps buy coffee for me, keeps my caffeine running so I can DM, but it also helps unlock all sorts of community-wide rewards for our Mortal Guardians games throughout the week. Currently, we are at Double Treasure, but if you the next tier is going to be unlocking our cute and cuddly Aurora companion for all adventures. We will be back here very shortly to continue our story, so stick around, and we'll see you soon. we are back. And as we pick up in our very sort of loose with time little vignettes of everyone's weeks of downtime, Victoria,
Hey.
you have a you've got a new addition to your routine.
Cool.
You've been
Which new edition?
You've been spending some time with a new summon.
Yeah.
Your steed. Why don't we learn
Sam.
Yes, your steed, Sam. Why don't we learn a little bit about Sam?
Sam is looks like a warhorse, but he's a celestial summon, and he's pretty intelligent, like 6 intelligence. He can understand Slamnik, because why not? And you know what? I actually put no thought into how this thing looked, aside from I want a warhorse. So we'll come back to that at some point.
Yeah, we can come back to that.
Yeah. So, pretty much she's going to be like getting acquainted with this fellow because he's not mindless, and making sure they're a good fit, which I assume is probably part of the spell, but maybe not. I don't know. She doesn't know.
There's a bit of an introduction period between you and Sam. You're both learning each other. But go ahead. I'm gonna say, give me an animal handling check.
Curse you. Oh. Yes. I've made 2 rolls.
I love that from 3 out of 4, your checks during your downtime have been natural ones on your first roll.
Rigged. It's rigged.
It's
The
amazing.
amulet will not save Victoria and the relationship with this war. Like, well, stabs it with the spear. Time for another one. No.
So there's a little bit of a it's a rocky relationship. It's still having you're not familiar with each other. You're still learning each other as a rider and steed. And Sam seems to have a bit of an attitude. Which really shows the most of when you're trying to have him, not so much with the saddle. He seems fine with the saddle. It's the bit and bridle that gives him the most issues, is if he doesn't want to be led anywhere.
Okay, you know what? Maybe we'll just go without for the time being. We gotta ease into this. It's cool. I'm getting what he's laying down.
So, as you are moving through, there are a few days, as I'm sure Hugh does come to visit his own steed, that in the mornings by the stables, the 2 of you pass by with pleasantries. Hugh, you would be able to spot Sam's reluctance and demeanor as well, but otherwise make the it's a sort of instinctual awareness that Victoria has found herself in the company of a fine creature.
I think she's gonna get in the habit of, like, when she's out, like, in the city doing her stuff, of like Sam just walking around with her, kind of like if you had a dog, kind of like it's kind of wandering around you, like no leash or anything, just like, oh yeah, Sam's here, he's around, you know. Never mind that he's a big ass warhorse.
Uh, as you do this, there are people in the city that very much give Victoria a second, like, side eye as she comes about. Mostly people that Sam almost like knocks over in the street.
Okay, at least he's not biting anyone.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be that bad of an attitude. So, as you work on getting Sam better acquainted with, at least, sticking close to you, let's you wanted to
do
visit-
lots of stuff.
Yeah, you wanted to do a few things. You wanted to visit was it Hope specifically, or just any seamstress?
No, it was Hope, and I couldn't remember. I looked at my notes. I'm like, wow, I didn't write down the name. So yeah, it was Hope specifically. Yes.
Easy enough to find her. And she is, as she normally does, she makes her way to the Vogler market, and there's actually a shop that she is a part of here. As you are walking around trying to get Sam accustomed to everything, you do stop in to see Hope, who smiles with familiarity and recognition.
So she'll have brought the cloak that Hope made for her, the green cloak.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, I thought I could bring you some business.
It is very much appreciated.
You're
How
moving in.
are you? I understand that everything has been happening quickly.
Yes, it seemed very, very busy lately, but I have a bit of time on my hands now to do my own business, which is why I'm here.
Well, anything that has brought you here, I am, of course, ready to help as best as I can.
Okay, so out of character, I meant to ask this, and I keep forgetting in the moment. Would Vass have shared that he's got a show with the rest of us?
I believe so.
What do you think?
I know we were drinking at the time. I don't know if it came up. Okay, great. So then we know that one's coming up. Okay, so Victoria will say, I was hoping to have you make a dress or two, but at least one that matches my cloak, as close as you can get, if you can find something like this material in town. And maybe something a little nicer than this dress. A little something maybe to catch some notice, but not something tasteless.
I can make that, yes.
And now the horrible thing is, do you think you can have it ready for, what was it, like 3 days from now or something?
About 4 days time, yeah.
Okay. And about a few days?
It should be easy enough to do in a few days. We'll have to charge a bit extra for the speed, but not anything terrible. For 2 dresses and an express job, 2 gold.
Oh, that's terrible.
It is.
Victoria, no, no. It seems low. You do such good work. Victoria will give her 4. You're like, I very much appreciate your work.
Thank you. This will help as best as we can. It is, I will say, humbling to have to work at such prices that I'm not accustomed to. But I am the new addition to the shop, and it is not as prestigious as the one that I had inherited in Volkler. But
Well,
I will make these dresses for you. I will have to retake your measurements, but...
oh, okay. Well, I'm here now.
And we may handle that. And so she goes about taking the measurements, making down the notes, and with the 4 gold of payment, she's able to start the process.
Sweet. Done.
But as you are going about your different routines and trying to stay busy, Victoria, it's about maybe the next day after you had gone to see Hope that during one of your as you've started spending time with Derek in the training yard after one of your spars. Victoria, got a question.
Okay. Is it about the spear? Swordwork? Footwork?
Perhaps footwork.
Is it the warhorse? We're getting acquainted.
It's not about the warhorse. Vass has got a gig coming up in a few days. Would you like to go?
I mean, I can't not support Vass. Are you like with you?
Yeah, no, right, you can't not support Vass. Yeah, I wanted to know if you wanted to go, with me.
Okay, she's gonna like sidle over to him, almost like you don't want to scare like a chipmunk, but you want to pet the chipmunk, you know, and then sneak a quick hug and feel like I've been waiting for you to ask.
Okay, I just, I've never quite asked a girl out before, so I'm sorry if it took me a while. Especially after last sparring, I thought maybe I did something wrong.
Oh, no, okay. All right. First, let's just take a step back. I'm a woman, not a girl.
Yes, sorry. Just
Okay.
noticed.
No, don't. I mean, don't get worked up about it. But let's set that straight now. Well, I mean, I had some kind of rough things happen to me that bad memories, and I had some nightmares before our last session, and they kind of bled in a little bit to my mood that day. I'm sorry. It wasn't you. It was just a rough time.
Okay. Well, yeah, and he has this very, it's a boyish grin. It makes him look a bit younger than how he typically is, but you can see where his eyes sort of crinkle. As long as, I didn't do anything, I mean, I like you, Victoria. Not, I don't want to push you, don't want to be forward, but, we're friends, but I don't know. I want to see maybe if drinks and Vass's show go well, aside for Vass, if maybe we could try being something more.
Okay. She'll kind of pull him in a little and get close to his ear and say, maybe I need you to be more forward then.
As you pull back, you see a blush on his face, but he nods. Of course, yeah. Then I'll see you for Vass's show. We can walk together.
She can't help but smile. She's definitely in the right spot here now.
So, as your days continue, who all is going to Vass's show?
I certainly is. Attends religiously.
I think Rue would go both to support Vass and to find Cudgel.
Cudgel is
Oh no!
definitely there. Cudgel
Oh god!
was gonna be there. As soon as Vass came out of the conversations with Jessin and confirmed Vass was signing up right then and there. So, as you all arrive, some in new clothes and with figures on arms, others with a sense of confidence and stealth from some realms beyond your own. Others with a perhaps not so successful business run. The steady beacon as you arrive is packed full of people.
Ooh.
There is, of course, a table as Cudgel waves you all down. I've already got the drinks! And
She does.
as you sit, a few Iron Regiment mercenaries also sit at the table, but you each find yourselves a comfortable seating area. You have a perfect view of the stage. As Vass, what does your approach to the stage look like?
Can I back it up just very briefly?
Yes.
Because the day of the performance, Vass acts very differently than you've ever seen Vass act. It's the first time you've ever seen him get up early. He isn't really talking to people. He's very in mindset. Everything he does that day, he does in meticulous detail, elaborate hair routine, pampering, the whole thing. He puts a lot of effort into his style and his look and the vibe that he's going for. He puts on his new belt that Rue gifted him, and I just wanted to mention that leading up to the
Heck yeah.
performance. So I would say his approach to the stage, he'd kind of swagger up from the side, I guess, where you would get up onto the stage, and then, as we've established before, he, similarly to a warlock, has the ability to conjure his lute. So he does that. And then he talks to the crowd a little bit. And the first song that he does is a new one. Based on his observations, the last time he was at the Steady Beacon, he knows the crowd is going to want something that has a very repetitive chorus. It's easy to sing while drunk, and that type of thing. So he's going to open with Darrett's Privateers. And then if that goes over well, he's gonna go into the other hits, like the the Ballad of Vass and Ispin, and the Battle of Vogler, and some of those classics that he's been doing lately.
Based on your based on your observations, I will give you advantage on your first performance roll to set the
Thank you.
stage.
Alrighty, performance.
As you start off with this new song, it is very much easy for people to catch into. And of course, you see amongst the crowd, your friends, Darrett is flustered as this is his namesake of a song, but he is smiling, clapping along, and joining in the refrains. And Cudgel seems to be breaking his chops about it as she gets involved as well. The whole the whole tavern is roaring, and as tips begin to come towards the stage, other you see where servers are bringing drinks over to the side of the stage for you as well, as people buy you drinks, and I will say with a natural 20, it just goes on for the rest of your performance. Like the energy stays, and as the end of the night, or at least the end of your set comes, and you start collecting your tips. I will say that you have. Go ahead. Why don't you roll for me? 2d6.
2d6.
So, you will have. That is going to be. You get 225 gold pieces that evening.
Nice. Gotta
Dang.
replenish the stock.
Nice.
So. And
This is where he's been trying to get here. This is a nice establishment.
yeah. As you are setting down, and as you find your seat amongst all the rest of your companions, a waitress comes over. She has a full tray of 2 pitchers, cups for everyone, and as she sets it down, she looks right at you, Vass. It's on the house, and Mr. Jessen wants you back here in the morning for conversations of extended contracts.
Thanks, girl. And he winks.
There's a. It's not so much a full swoon, but you do see that she appreciates the wink as she sets back off to work.
Vass is like on cloud 9. This went the absolute best that he could have imagined. And he credits his meticulous preparation.
The rest of the evening goes by in a whir of cloud 9 high and drunken revelries. I'm sure certain exploits and tales are shared and regaled, and jokes made. But a week comes to a close not terribly long after this evening. And you are brought forward for your next mission. Derek has asked you all to join in the Vendry's office. As a bit of a meeting. As part of this, he tells you your next mission. Wheel Watch. Calaman's southernmost outpost has been taken by Red Dragon army forces.
Oh, it's happening.
And that you've been requested to participate in retaking it.
Hugh is disgustingly excited to do this.
So, as you are brought into, it's not the deepest parts of Vendry's office. These are probably areas that Derek has access to due to his more specialized role. But it has maps and other areas that can help utilize and formulate an idea of what is being asked of you. Wheel Watch Outpost. If you don't know, it stands on the border here, near the lands of Estweld. This is the support that supplies Calamon's forces that patrol that border. It's 24 miles southeast of the city. And as you know, taken by the Dragon Army. Raven has been given command of a force to retake the outpost, but it is small and inexperienced, and I've asked, and should you all accept, for you guys to join forces with Raven and her force in retaking the fort.
Well, as the official contractor here, I am willing to accept. I guess I check my subcontractors if they'll be attending me.
Of course. We've sat idle for too long.
I mean, I haven't been idle this whole time. I don't know what you've been up to.
Not making war, that's for sure.
Then I'll find you all. I gotta head to Raven.
Raven.
She's been given the command. You're assisting her.
What?
She's been assisting Vendry and the militia. The military. Hugh, you would know this from the few conversations that you've had during the week. So this isn't surprising to you. But as you are I'll find you all, and if worse, the fog gap should work. To set up a meeting. As Raven's got all the more official details. But it should be this day that the meeting will happen.
Oh man. Feels like I need to get armored up for this to get all official.
I mean, who knows when you'll be setting out. So, you have, it's a few hours, it's about afternoon by the time that there reaches back out to you all. And you have your meeting with, Raven, who, she smiles to each of you in greeting. Well, I believe that you have some idea of what you're getting yourselves involved in. If Derek here has brought you. Is there anything else that I can clarify from what you already know?
Is there any?
Okay. I was going to
Go ahead.
ask how many people are coming with Raven.
I don't know if I have a full number of that.
And do they have any idea of how long we have to secure the watch post before it's attacked again?
So, we'll say that for her troops, she's got about 20 men. And hopefully it doesn't get taken back again after we get this, but I don't know how many dragon armies are currently occupying the fort. And there is a we've done some reconnaissance of our own, but unable to get terribly far. We've got... There's a secluded grove. It's about a mile from the fort. It will take... at the pace that my men can travel, about 8 hours for us to get there. We also have this. And she pulls out a map. One which should just have appeared in the Dragonlance chat. The tower to the northwest. It has a commanding view of the surrounding land. It's a watchtower. All 4 corner fortifications are equipped with horns the sentries use to raise an alarm. The hope here is getting inside and open the gate without raising an alarm. That way we can come in and assist.
That's the plan. How are we going to get in?
Well,
Or is this
you may have to be
let us
doing-
know when we get there type deal?
Well, your team is well experienced. If you wish to go on forth ahead of us, do reconnaissance of your own, I have faith in you. You all did what was impossible, at least to my own beliefs, making sure everyone of Vogler got out.
I guess Hugh and I will just take the fort and let you in when you get there.
All salted. You can come in to occupy it once we're done.
we startled, we're speechless.
If that is something you wish, I will alert you that we will be heading out in the dawn light. But if you wish to, not ready to head out earlier, I can get a copy of this map made for you all to utilize.
How long? 24 miles is pretty far away. How long will it take to get there?
How fast is your horse?
If you travel for a full day's journey, at a normal pace, on foot, you can cover 24 miles. But if you are using wagons, carriages, or land vehicles, it would change. No, there's the mounts.
Mhm.
So, can gallop for an hour, covering twice the usual time for a fast pace. So it'd be I could do math for that. But
So
I would say that you'd be able to cover the distance in a fairly decent time if you were all mounted.
So if we can all be mounted, we can leave soon and be there at night. Or if we leave in the morning with them, we'll get there around nightfall, right? Or to this grove around nightfall. And then we would
Going
have
at night
cover
might
of
be,
night.
favorable.
Like rushing there at night.
If anyone wants to roll for me insight or survival.
Okay.
I always want to do a survival roll. I will survive. I will survive. Survive. 21.
Hey,
Heck yeah. Victoria and Hugh, as Victoria, you're talking aloud, it kind of hits you. Possibility. Definitely not a necessity, but... And Hugh, it comes to you as well. If you head out, and arrive this evening, you'd be able to utilize some time to survey and watch your target. Perhaps gain some information through the night that you might not have had before.
Yeah. That's what I was getting at. I mean, if Rue and Bass thinks they can manage a night without pimping or drinking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is that Twitch friendly? I don't know. Then maybe we should leave soon.
Sooner we leave, sooner we're there.
I just have one stop I need to make before we leave.
He was already mounted on his horse in the courtyard. We're all still in the room upstairs talking, like, wait, what?
Hugh used his speak with animals things to call out to this horse ahead of time to get itself ready.
Hugh's got the
Why did
glitch with the wooden bowl to just jump through the wall.
They would. The performance I think was after I stopped in at Wyans,
Yes,
and he was gonna have it ready that evening. So presumably I have my
you would.
anti-arachnid perfume.
Yep, you've got it ready to go.
Okay.
Priorities.
Yeah, I mean, with this talk of like going to the Red Dragon Army, Rue really wants to go back and make sure he has his red leather dragonelle hide belt ready, because he's using that to like send a message that the Red Dragon Army doesn't stand up to Rhubarb Applewater.
Yeah, you would have had your been able to pick that up. Yes,
Excellent. Fine craftsmanship.
very fine craftsmanship. Supple yet sturdy.
Just like Rue. Oh.
That needs to be like when Rue gets to the point that he's got business cards for his potion making. It's Rue Bafflewander, supple but sturdy.
I thought it was small and crusty. I guess that would be a terrible belt, though.
Damn.
Could also apply to other business ventures.
It could also apply to other business ventures. Thinking like a true bard.
As we were leaving to kind of go about and do our preparations, Vass would have called Rue aside and asked, hey man, do you got a minute?
I mean, yeah, now that I got this cool belt, holds up my britches better.
It looks pretty dope. Can't lie.
It wasn't made by Hope, though.
Well, it still looks great. I have something for you. And he hands over an amulet. It is shaped like a frog and has ruby eyes. And Vass will explain that, don't worry, I consulted with Hugh about what the frog should look like before I had this commissioned. And basically it's similar to the amulet that Vass gave Victoria. So it's enchanted with a recording of a lute instrumental version of the lullaby or the music box song that Rue likes. And it'll give one use of bardic inspiration resetting at dawn, so once per day. And Vass will say, yeah, I was hoping that this might help you focus in the midst of the chaos of battle. So meta talking, he's hoping it'll help you maintain concentration on your spells.
Rue's like misting up a little bit. This reminds me of home. And the frogs there. And Lunatari. All favorite things of mine. Thank you, Vass.
You're very welcome. Thanks for the dope belt and the herbs.
Of course. Friends take care of one another.
Absolutely.
Vass hasn't even met Fernelope yet either. No one has.
Is that like his evil alter ego?
No.
Evil doppelganger.
better.
Can I swipe a bunch of candles from the keep as we go?
Yeah. Totally.
Okay.
I hear Cable being like, I need a bunch of candles, and all I'm thinking of like, oh man, is this some OSR stuff that I'm about to be schooled on?
No. this is this is just ADHD. Like wild ideas bouncing around. Like, okay, I need this random thing. And then next session, I'll be like, I have in my notes candles, and I don't know why. And you guys will be like, oh.
Yeah, and all I'm here is just thinking about like, you know, some old like AD&D candle trick that very niche people know
I mean,
about.
I do have a very specific idea for them. And that is true. And I don't know if it's like an old school thing or not.
Who knows?
You know,
Who knows?
because I'm still young. So
Yeah, no, OSR, of course, not referring to anyone's actual age, but definitely the type of play where that, you know,
I'm not young.
age is like time, a construct. So you can easily get some candles. I will say that depending on how many candles you're wanting to get, the quartermaster will stop you at 15.
Oh no, I was thinking like 10 at most.
Okay, yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah,
You
yeah.
get strange looks, but he doesn't stop your collection. And any other last minute preparations before you head out?
I guess Darrett's not coming with us.
Darriot would not be coming with you, no. But Raven will be heading out with her troops, following your path, of course, come morning light. So it's not like you are going alone, per se. You're just going
How
ahead.
many people does Raven have under her command?
20.
Okay. And do we have like a scouting report on this place we're going after?
The scouting report was everything that has already been made aware of you. We don't know how many people are in there. The northwest is the tallest tower. It is the watchtower. There are fortifications with horns that sentries use to raise alarm. But there is a secluded grove about a mile away from the fort, where Raven and her troops will be able to get in position and hide until you all are before you guys to give the signal. Whether the signal is as you planned it to be or not, we've yet to see. But fingers crossed, yeah?
Vass will make sure to check over the Fargab to make sure it's functioning properly before they set off.
Yeah, it does function properly.
We're going to be, sorry, you probably mentioned this already. I'm still riding the high from the performance and I'm having trouble retaining information. So it's the place where we're going is outside of the range of the Fargab, yes?
Correct. It is 24 miles southeast.
And the Fargab is 18.
18, yes. So, any other questions in character above table, or are you ready to head out?
Yeah, I guess we're ready to head out.
Then you leave Calamon, and you take to the streets and to the trade routes under the afternoon light and into the evening. Wheel Watch Outpost is south of where two streams meet. The Gravel Run and the raiding realm. As you come upon this area, and as you see in the distance, there is a squat stone fortress that rises from one of the last patches of green before the rocky scrubland of Estwild. Its tall wooden gates are flanked by crenellated battlements and solid watchtowers. Torchlight shines through the fort's windows, and every so often, armored figures make their way along the walls.
Wait, did we just bamf right there?
No, you've traveled over. I skipped over the
Yeah,
travel.
yeah, yeah. No, yeah, which is great.
Unless you want to go through the nitty-gritty
God,
24
no.
miles.
Okay, are we just gonna watch, or are we thinking we should make some sort of move?
I think recon would be a great idea.
This is definitely, we should, for as much scouting as we can for the situation.
Okay.
I've got some tricks up my sleeve.
Oh. That sounds like Ruse all for pushing up.
I mean, I could turn you invisible if you want to go looking.
Wait, how long can you turn someone invisible for?
I don't know. Till they decide to do something that makes them not invisible.
So Faye, you said, maybe I just imagined this, but did you say that the signal horns are on top of each tower?
All 4 towers have a horn, yes.
And that's the only place the signal horns are at?
It's the only place that they know. No one's been able to get inside, so they only really know the outside of the fortifications. They know the general inside because this is a Calamon fortress, so they have the layout, the blueprints,
Right.
but they don't know anything of what's going on inside.
Well, Victoria's gonna take the candles from her pack and hold them in her hands and look at Hugh and Rue and be like, well, if someone's that's quieter than I am, I can make it up the walls really quick, but I'm not really quiet. If someone could
Well,
we could sabotage the horns by jamming them up with wax, and you can push it in, so they won't know till they go to blow them, and nothing happens.
Okay.
And then when everyone's here and we go to attack, it won't matter if they get a chance to try and blow the horn, because they're not going to be able to.
Fellas,
so
I
while
am
Victoria
uniquely well suited for this.
while Victoria makes this idea known, and as Hugh seems to be on board, we do have to step in here for our next ad break, so stick around with us. We will be back very shortly to see whether it'll be jumping into action or if we'll get some scouting. Who knows? Either way, it'll be a lot of fun. Please let the ads run. Stick out with us. And if you want to help support us, you can head over to our Ko-fi. Buy me a coffee as a tip. It helps me with running my DMs, but it also unlocks all sorts of rewards for the community in our Mortal Guardians games. Currently, we are at double treasure rewards, but we are on the way to unlocking the cute and cuddly Aurora for all adventures. But we will be back here very shortly. We'll see you all soon. Stick around with us. Alrighty, we are back in action, and let us get to some ambiance. So, what are you guys doing currently?
Well, I'm thinking about what I can do to scale the tower stealthily, take out the horns.
I mean, you guys might have to help me out a little bit on this because I've never attacked a fortress before. It's not really in my, you say, wheelhouse.
I don't think we're talking about attacking it. We're just talking about maybe sabotaging those horns for when
Yeah,
everyone's
like
here
that.
and does attack.
Yeah. I mean, the idea is this is a prepping operation to do the attack. The whole point of the attack is to, well, we need to seek to neutralize their high ground. We don't have advantage on it.
Go ahead, if you guys would like to, if you're looking at this, roll me a perception check.
+8. 19.
Nice.
Okay. So, Rue, Vash, and Hugh. There are sentries posted that you can spot. They keep a watch out, so it would be very, not to say impossible, but difficult to do this entirely unseen. You can spot each of the corner guard posts. Seems to have one.
I mean, I could make you disappear for a while, but that's not going to do anything. That's just going to make you not visible, right? They could still potentially see what you're doing if you're futzing with their horns there.
Oh. Sirenscape. Goodness gracious.
I can get you potentially on top of the wall, kind of like I did back in Vogler with those guys that went into the burning building. I can move you guys places as well.
I don't. What?
Like I can teleport you places.
What?
What?
I don't think anyone saw what you did at Vogler, so I think this might be the first time people are learning of it.
You didn't see
I mean,
that
I
back
can
in
also
Vogler?
teleport, but
Hugh and I were busy stabbing the crap out of Draconians.
yeah.
Yeah, it was gonna teleport you right to him, but you just ran off like you always do. Seemed to still have the desired effect though, so I just used it on the Draconians instead. Put them inside that burning building. Didn't you wonder where they went? You could see them.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. I kind of forgot about that. Okay. I would just be able to teleport to the top of the wall from the base of the wall. By way of Misty Step. Are these towers with the horns connected? Like, if you're up on one, were you able to get to the other ones without too much trouble, or is it?
Yeah, if you take a look at the map that was sent to the game room, that's what you're looking at. So they're all sort of connected.
Walking the wall, basically.
Mhm. Yeah.
Is there a walkway over the gates? Like, can you get from the west side to the east side?
Uh,
Or are they two halves?
You just run across the top of the gate.
yeah, I mean, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
wanted to run across the top of the gate, yes, but there does not have a walkway across, no. The crenellations
Okay.
go across.
Alright, if I can get to the base of the wall, I can get myself up there.
With magic.
Well, I don't know if I really think about it as magic with my abilities.
Well, if I make you invisible, I think if you do anything like that, there's a good chance that the invisibility will wear off.
I think the invisibility is it attacks and what other actions?
Casting a spell.
Okay. So I could cast Pass Without Trace on. Oh yeah, the Misty Step would cause the invisibility to wear off.
I can make it up the walls in a couple seconds, but I'm not quiet.
Okay.
I can leave my armor behind, but
Well, I Pass Without Trace also that works with allies, so you can considerably increase your stealthiness.
I don't know. Do we want to risk trying to do this?
I think it's worth doing.
I think it sounds very dangerous if we fail.
Well, that's
I think it's an appropriately bold action.
you.
Is you the best judge of what's appropriately bold?
I'm a tremendously good judge of what's appropriately bold. It's worked out great for us. If you go with enough confidence and force, shock is in your favor.
How much does Hugh weigh without armor?
I'd say it's about 170, 180-ish.
Okay. So if we leave, how many people can you make invisible, Rue?
2.
At the same time?
Yes.
I can carry. If we leave our armor behind, I can carry Hugh up the wall. If we're invisible, they won't see us. If we're if we have Hugh's ability to make us quieter, and then maybe when we're at the top, like I'll jam up 2 horns, you jam up 2, and then we get the hell out of there.
Could you use a distraction?
Well, this is a thing where distraction can be a double-sided thing, because then you're making people more alert. What would be useful is to have a distraction ready in case it looks like we might get caught, so draw attention elsewhere in case we get to prevent us from getting made.
Vash. Your passive insight would be high enough for this. Not only do you have the distraction, that could be, if they're more alert, you still don't know how many people are inside here. So, it could be as simple as the 4 guards and, a commander, or it could be a full troop inside. If that is something you would bring up.
Yeah,
What kind of numbers is a full troop?
I don't know how many members would count as a full troop in a fantasy game.
Is it a battalion? Is it a squad? Is it a platoon? Is it a...
It's a number more than 4.
I mean, we're not trying to start a fight. We're just literally trying to disable the horns and run away.
Which could turn into a fight.
DM understands, but just making sure characters are aware of things at play. in case, if people care about their friends going into dangerous situations.
Yeah. Look, you two. I don't think that's very bold. Isn't the word that I would use. I can facilitate it if you want, but I don't know if I believe in your course of action in case things go wrong.
I just think that if we succeed, we'll save lives tomorrow.
So, I don't think I have any spells that would be particularly helpful for this situation. I have minor illusion, and that's about the only thing that might be relevant. I'm very sneaky, but my new armor is kind of noisy. And I wasn't built for climbing, so
Oh, I was going to ask that.
I'm feeling a bit useless at the moment. Not gonna lie.
Well, but then you'll be better prepared tomorrow.
Bass, I'm not going in with them. If they go in, this is totally their choice. I'll help, but I'm staying out here with you.
And that way, if something goes wrong, there's someone left to tell the others.
But if you're worried about how unstealthy you are due to the armor, as I said, I kept my breastplate in my backpack, and I can give it to you.
There's still the issue of getting me up on top of the wall. I'm not winning any arm wrestling contests, let's just say that. So I think I'll stay on the ground, and if things go sideways, I could probably come up with some kind of a distraction to try and get some attention away from you guys, if necessary.
And okay, I think we're doing this, right?
I'm for it.
Okay, I guess like Victoria will take her armor off, but she'll leave the the under padding because she's not doing this naked, and I guess strap her sword on.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's. So I will do pass without trace, and I'll get all four of us included on that. So as long as I can maintain concentration for an hour, get a plus 10 to our stealth checks.
Well, it'll be anyone who's within 30 feet of you.
Right.
So it's not on cast everyone is affected. It's only people within 30 feet as the spell is concentrated on. So they'll be there if they make stealth checks while you're there, but then going forward it'll just be anyone who's heading into the fortress.
Okay.
Which is our flank buddies.
I'll give you half the candles.
Are you two ready to go?
Let me know when you're ready, and then I'll cast my spell.
Yeah, I'll cast mine after yours, so you tell me when you're ready to head out, and I will make you disappear.
So if I Misty Step up the wall, can you climb in your armor if you don't have to carry me?
Yes, but then you won't be invisible.
Oh, that's right. Won't be invisible at the point I Misty Step. Will, however, be stealthy.
Right.
Because
And I have to touch you.
Be active.
I can't make you invisible from range either. You have to be right next to me.
So I'd be walking invisible and with pass without trace to the wall. I would Misty Step. At that point, I'm no longer invisible. However, I am on the wall and still stealthy.
But then you're not invisible for us to come back.
Carry you.
Right. Okay.
Is Victoria carrying you, or are you teleporting yourself?
I mean, if the opinion of the group is that it's better to exfiltrate ourselves invisibly, then that's what we'll do.
I mean, they're up there watching, and we.
Yeah.
So
What I will say is Misty Step is a nice card to have in your back pocket if you're trying to make a hasty escape.
That's true too. And if I do
oh,
it,
there
that'll
is
be as
that. Yeah.
second level spells. Yeah.
I can help you getting
That's
off the
what we'll do.
battlements too. Give
Well,
me the
what
sign, I can
is
teleport you down.
what is the range on Vortex Warp?
90 feet.
90 feet.
Unless I upcast it, I think if I cast it at level 3, it's 120 feet.
Oh snap!
So, you are... I will say, currently, you'd be about 100 feet away from everything. In an area on the tree line that gives you enough cover that you can see what's going on. You're not in the secluded grove, that's about a mile away. So you are close enough to the fortress as you are doing this that, you know, it's not super close, but you're also not out of the woods. Metaphorically and literally. Bless you. So, just keep that in mind, that you're about 100 feet away from everything.
Right. Yeah, I think Vortex Warp would be a pinch to get them back off the battlements, because I have to cast it on something I can see, so if they're invisible, I won't be able to see them anyway.
So,
I mean, hopefully it doesn't come to that. I mean, if it's that much of an emergency, we probably won't be invisible anymore.
Right.
so
But we don't need to worry about these bad things because it's not going to happen.
it's not gonna happen at all.
Guys, I feel the Dragonlance campaign coming to an end.
Oh man, we didn't even make it to the supplement material. So, you know what? I
Nope.
think
I don't know that.
to save some excitement for next week,
No.
and to save a bit on the confusion of what prep has been done and has not been done, as you guys are coming to the idea of how to set forth to sabotage these hordes, is where we will pause our story this evening and where we will pick up next week. So, but I need you to come back somewhat, for some reason. Like, you know, I gotta keep you coming in for more. So we will see you next Wednesday to continue on this story. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you to my players for playing. Thank you to our viewers for viewing. I hope you guys all enjoyed this story this evening. Head over to wildwitch.com. Check us out there. It's where we've got all of our fun stuff going on, all the ways you can find us on the internet, including the invite link to our Discord to join us, hang out, and jump in a game yourself. And, of course, as always, may the ever-burning... before we do that, Sirenscape. I gotta say thank you to Sirenscape. Sirenscape provides all of our background music, our ambiance, our sad trombone, played during dramatically appropriate times. You can find more about Sirenscape at their website, sirenscape.com, and you can check out what this cool tool can do for you and your table. And with that, as always, may the ever-burning light forever guide your steps. Laters.